Siblings accused of taking their 16-year-old family member out of Arizona against his will are now in Maricopa County jails. Court documents say a doomsday belief system was the motive.
MCSO, the sheriff's office, finished up extraditing the pair from Alaska to Arizona today. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum has been covering this bizarre case and its connection to the well-known Lori Vallow case. He joins us in the studio with the latest. Justin.
And John, Christina, get this. Now Spring Thibaudeau is housed at the same jail, the Estrella Women's Jail, on the same floor as Vallow, who is charged with murder conspiracy. As you remember, family court documents filed by Thibaudeau's husband in October to get sole custody of their son mentioned the Lori Vallow-Chad Daybell cases and the eerie similarities. Tonight, siblings Brook, Hale, and Spring Thibaudeau are in Maricopa County jails, accused of custodial interference charges. Prosecutors say the brother and sister hatched a plan to take Thibaudeau's 16-year-old son, Blaze, from his Gilbert home to another country against his will.
He carefully crafted this plan where he fled with this child to across the border to Canada. They had passports. They turned off their cell phones, withdrew large sums of money, and had provisions to hide this young man.
Court documents filed by Blaze's father in October say Thibaudeau and Hale believe they are chosen messengers of the last days, and that Blaze is a Davidic messenger, scriptured in prophecy, while his mother is a prophetess. Documents also reference convicted murderer and so-called Doomsday mom Lori Vallow as a warning.
How do you have two women from the same area of Arizona thinking about these same things and kind of acting in the same ways?
Leah Sotili is a journalist who wrote the book When the Moon Turns to Blood, focused on the Vallow-Daybell saga and religious extremism.
There's a lot of the same ideas about being the leaders of the chosen ones at the end of the world, that there is an imminent apocalypse coming, and that also these children have some sort of place in that.
On October 27th, U.S. Customs and Border Protection found Blaze safe at the Alkin port of entry along Alaska's border with Canada, where authorities arrested Thibaudeau and Hale. Melissa Benson, senior associate with Davis Miles McGuire Gardner, focuses on family law and is not on this case. The charges against the defendants are felonies, but Benson says a first-time offender of custodial interference is probation eligible.
Having doomsday beliefs doesn't necessarily make it a felony. It's the fact that they left the state with him. That's what really bumps it up.
We reached out to the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints for comment and have not heard back.
I think that there is a serious reckoning that needs to happen in the LDS Church about who they are and who they aren't.
Justin, that was a high bond, very high bond for these two. How much do the doomsday beliefs play into the judge's decision to go high on the bond? Are they worried about them fleeing, for instance?
Well, the judge made sure to sign off on $500,000 cash bonds for both Thibaudeau and Hale. Court documents say they fled the country into the mountains. It's unknown if their religion and their alleged beliefs determined their destination at the time. John, Christina.
Okay, Justin, thank you.
Justin, thanks.